Hello, today I have advanced tutorial for you that is use of Trajpar to create this part. I will illustrate how you can use sweep with some relations and parameters in Creo. Yeah, and some advanced function there called Trajpar. As you can see, this one is a wavy uh, design here, and I can control or everything, most of the design parameters on the screen. Like this are number of waves. I can control them here. Diameter, if I view this from top view, this diameter I can control here, and this height I can control here. I can control bunch of parameters as per the requirement. If I want this number of waves to be maybe 5, I just type 5 here. I double click here like that, get 5. Control G to regenerate. You can see now I have less waves. Yeah, like that. Let me go back to 10. If you want to control this diameter, just double click here, maybe 150, and control G. Yeah, let's see how you can create this part step by step. I'm going to start a new part, call it wavy part. First thing we need to do is to define the parameters we're going to use. Let me just define what I mean. We're going to create a circle, therefore we need diameter. Then we are going to sweep a straight line onto this circle. Hence, we need to define the distance from this line to circle is our height. We're going to define our height here. And because we have seen that the sweep is a sinusoidal, this number of waves, we're going to define them as waves. Let's first do that. Therefore, I'm going to go to my parameters here and create one. One is called diameter, and we can say let's use 100 for diameter. Maybe you might be surprised where I got these parameters from. You can go to the tools. You can get parameters here, tools. You go to model intent. You can also get new parameters here. But for me, I have customized my ribbon. Can customize quick access toolbar. If you right click there, you can look for the maybe relation here and add to a quick access toolbar for quick access. Let me go back to the parameters to define the value you have said. One is diameter, and we give it a value of a real number of 100. You can have real number, string, or integer. For example, waves must be integer here. Integer, let's say we have 10 of them. And wave height, waves, you can say amplitude. Let me use just word amplitude like that. And you can say we can start with a 50 like that. Therefore, let me activate my planes, and on the top plane is where I'm going to sketch my first trajectory. Therefore, I'm going to sketch a circle on the top plane like that, and let me give it 200 for now. But if you go to relations here, again I said model intent, you see relations as well there. This value we can now give it diameter here. Insert diameter like that and say okay. You can see it changes to 100 because we have defined our parameter of diameter as 100. then say okay. Go to sketch, then say okay. Now you can see now this one will be our circular profile. Then we need to define a straight line that represents the sweep. Therefore, I'm going to select this one here. Let me just hide planes. I'm going to select this one here and sweep. I'm going to use a surface and sketch. Then you can see this is my circle. Most of time you are used to attaching your sweep here direct. Let me show you. Most of time what you do, and you get like that. Okay, but in Creo you don't need to attach your profile onto the trajectory. Therefore, I can also attach my circular here. I don't need to attach it here. Okay, you can attach any place you want. You can see it offsets itself. I don't need to attach to the actual trajectory. Okay, let's see if I put it there, what happens as well. You don't need to use these lines. You can define your sketch any place you want. I can also divide it here. You can see it is still going to use my sketch as the reference. So powerful, you don't need to attach it there. And that is one of the powerful feature we're going to use here. Therefore, I'm going to use a line like that. Okay, then let me make a shorter line, the shorter one. When I say okay, I get this type of surface, but I want this surface to vary as it sweeps onto this trajectory. I want to vary. Once I mention the word vary, if you see here on the options, it is I want to vary section. Therefore, I have to select variable section. But you see, once I select variable section is still the same because there's nothing that is causing the section to start varying. Therefore, I'm going to introduce something called Trajpar. Trajpar, I'll illustrate what is that. Let me go back here. Basically, I want to control this height. As this line sweeps across on this trajectory, on this circle, I want this height to vary from maximum to minimum. Right now, I can say 20. Remember when I said amplitude? This is the amplitude I was talking about. I want this 20 to change. Therefore, let me use a new one here. This height, assume we have this graph like that. Right now, we can start. Let me change my color pen here to blue. We can say we are 20, but we want to drop like this, a sine wave, such that as you swipe along the trajectory, this height changes from negative to positive because you can assign a negative value. You can say negative 20 and my line go to the other direction. Therefore, we want to control this from negative 20 to 20 as we swipe across. Therefore, you go to what we call tools and select relations. We want to control this as D13, this height. Okay, remember when I said this amplitude here, let me use 20 if it was much. I'm going to write an equation here, but I'm going to explain it. I need to insert what? I want to insert amplitude, waves, insert into relation. Then I'm going to multiply by a sine of 360, multiply by, go to waves here, insert into relation, multiply by Trajpar. And then I'm going to validate. Let me just explain what is happening here. Remember when we said this equation, let me just take a screenshot of this so that I can use my pen. This is the dimension I talked about. This one is that height here, this distance here, and we want to change this distance, but we want the maximum to be 20. Just this part, that part. Let me use a thin pen here. This part here, it will change from 0 to 1, 0 to 1. This section here, 0 to 1. Meaning, when we have 0, we are here. The height is 0 basically. When this one is 1, the SD3 is exactly equals to the wave's amplitude, that is height equals to the wave's amplitude. In this case, it will be 20. Therefore, this section, then it will go to -1. When this goes -1, this height will become -20, because now we are saying take the height of the amplitude, multiply by the result we get from here, a sign. A sign changes from negative to positive. 360 means, basically 360 means we want to make, remember when I said about sine wave, that means one complete revolution, 360. The reason why we have 360, to make a complete revolution. But I don't want one. I want 360, one complete revolution. How many times waves? The reason why I have waves, 10 times. Therefore, you take 1, another, 2, 3, 4, until it reaches 10. The reason why we have number of waves. And this Trajpar will always vary from 0 to 1. Trajpar will always return a value of 0 to 1. Therefore, at the start, we get 0. As you progress, at the end, we get 1. But sine 360 will keep varying from 20 to -20. I hope that gives more clarity there. Then I can say, okay. If I go back here, view, you can see now we have our waves. You can see our waves. If I go back, let me just try something else here. Onto the relation here, let's just put one wave. And I think my amplitude is too high. Waves is 1. Amplitude, let me just use 10. Like that. And you can see it make just one wave. It has twisted just once. I wanted to twist a lot. Therefore, you go back to the relations, no, sketch here. Then you select tools, relations. Therefore, you go back to the waves. Let's put 10 on how it was. You can see. Therefore, as the height will be changing from -20 to 20. And if you want to see if that's true, that's the case, if you go front view, if you maybe say, let's sketch on this one here. Let me just reference this edge, and let me just change to the wireframe here. In fact, let me just go back now how it was. Let me first hide this quilt. Let's hide it here. If I draw a center line here and attach tangency here, if you try to dimension from center to here, you're going to get our amplitude that was 10. You can see the wave 1, 2, 3. Those are the number of waves you're talking about. Okay, therefore let me just show this. Next is you can now select this and press shift, and we can now sweep onto that. You can create a solid there, then create a small circle like that, and we can now easily sweep across the edge. Okay, and you can do the same here, the same case here. But you see now, for me to change those parameters, I have to go here, change them here. That's a lot of work. I prefer them here on the screen. I'm going to create annotations on the screen. You go to annotate, flash to screen, and select an attached note, put it there. And you can say what? Outer diameter, then ampersand diameter, then you can say number of waves. You can say maybe ampersand waves. That was what was amplitude ampersand. It was waves underscore amplitude. Yeah, then you can say, you can highlight all of them here. You can just highlight and change maybe to 6 like that. Then you can change everything here. Let me change number of waves to 5. Double click it until you get 5. Yeah, do like that. Let me change amplitude, the outer diameter to maybe 50. Let's go 100, 200. Then Control G. Yeah, can see amplitude is small and outer diameter is as well bigger. Okay, let's go back to how it was. 100 like that. Waves, then amplitude you can change to maybe 15. Hit Control G. Yeah, everything rebuild. Just press that. Yeah, that's how you can design your wavy part. Trajpar is very powerful. In case you need more information, you can Google some videos, or can go to PTC help in community. There are very good examples there for use of Trajpar. Thank you so much, and stay tuned for more.